Hey folks, JD here, and today we've got this. This is the XK Reaper, and I'm very much looking forward to flying this. There is one issue, as I'm sure you've seen it. You see where the wings meet the fuselage? For love nor money, and I've tried a load of things, I can't get that to stick, to hold. It is in, but it just doesn't look great. So if you see that, don't think I haven't noticed it. I have. I've been trying to get around it. Because of the bunching of the cables, I've tried to feed them down into the main fuselage, and for a lot of them I have, but I can't get around this. But she is stuck down. She's just, well, looking very flimsy there. So we'll have to keep an eye and see exactly how she does. I'm not concerned about that for the flight. I think she'll be fine because she's on and there's no problem there whatsoever, see? Right then, okay, so how are we going to start this? Well, we've plugged in the battery. Let's take her down and turn her on and see exactly how we do. So we are now on. So we're going to give that a second. Turn on the transmitter, single one up and one down to bind. Standard procedure there. Now I'm just going to check a few things. Let's do a couple of pre-flight checks. Normally I do these off camera, but it's always fun every now and again to revisit them. So the two motors at the back, do they work? Yes, they do. We've got servos here holding the two wings at the rear. Do they work? Up and down, yes they do. And then we've got left and right turnings, which they work as well. So we should be good to go. So out and up. See that motor spinning? That's a better one. That's a better one. Oh. As with every XK, she is a bit quick. She really took altitude and she really flew then without any problem. As for turning, turning looks to be okay. Lovely sound on those motors, they sound really nice and balanced. Nice. She's easy to see as well. I thought the white may have been a bit difficult for myself to be able to see her in this weather, but she seems all right. I'm happy. She's floating and she's feathering quite a lot, but that motor at the back, well, sorry, not that non-motor, that propeller at the back is definitely spinning. She's very quick to turn and she really needs a bit of altitude before she will turn effectively. It seems like she's a bit of a winner. She's feathering back and forth with that when she's getting buffeted up there. Let's bring her down a little bit. Let's alter that throttle. She certainly seems, for a little bit of EPP foam with some motors attached, she certainly seems to be doing quite well. Battery life should be about 10 to 15 minutes with this. I mean, there's hardly any weight at all. You've got two quite nice brushed motors at the back that actually do a lot. And what I'm doing here, you may have noticed I was a little bit different. I'm just trying to give her a little bit of a different turning angle there. I was very slow to see how she would cope, because I am noticing when she's turning, because we've got this slight breeze, she's feathering quite a bit, and I want to try and eliminate as much of that as possible. Here she comes back to me. Oh, see, she is bobbing and feathering, and that little propeller at the back does spin. It gives for a nice effect when it passes you. You know, I'm not going to say anything otherwise. It gives you a nice effect, but you know, practically, I don't really know what it is doing from a practical basis. But she does look nice, and she's got a nice sound to that motor. Let's give her a bit of altitude. Up she goes. Oh, do you know what? XK builds some fantastic stuff. I mean, you may be thinking, well, hang on, JD, this is a very cheap bit of EPP foam with motors, and you'd be right. But the motors are balanced. Everything just works very, very nicely. You've got a nice bit of distance, got a nice bit of control. When it is feathering, it's not landing, it's not coming down, it's not out of control. You know, it's just really nicely styled. Very, very nice. Easy to control. I mean, the throttle here, my throttle is just above half. Whoa! A bit more throttle there. She seemed to have a little bit of crosswind there that seemed to hit her for the second and just got her to bounce a bit. She is very nice. I do love the hum of those plane motors. Very, very nice indeed. Yes. I mean, with this you won't get any early warning system, I don't suppose. When it comes down to battery, you will just see that either she'll just glide down. That's the best thing about these that I absolutely love. With quadcopters that don't have any sort of return to home, or oh god, that was a bit of a breeze that just buffeted her. Oh, still buffeting her. As with quadcopters that don't have any sort of return to home function, you do get a bit concerned when that early warning system goes off. You know you've got maybe about 3 to 4 minutes and then you've got to land her. Otherwise the motors are just going to turn off and she's going to plummet. The great thing about planes, about these gliders, is they do exactly that. As soon as the motors cut out or you lose power, they glide. Okay, I'm not saying they won't come down with a bang, they may come down with a bit of a bang, but it's EPP foam, you know, it's not going to do a great bit of damage. Worst case scenario, like with my C-17, after about my 9th flight with it, the wings fell off. So I just took it back, I shaved off a bit of EPP, stuck it back on, no problem at all. Been flying her ever since. You know, now she's done about 13 flights, I think. Oh, she is nice though. And that nice bulbous head to the front of the Reaper as well really does look nice, because from a distance she just looks like any other plane, but as soon as she comes close you see that big propeller at the back, you see the bulbous head, you think to yourself, oh, this thing means a bit of business, folks. Now she's climbed quite high. She has climbed quite high, so I'm just gonna bring her down a bit. But yeah, she seems really nice. I think, my friends, as soon as I get a frosty day, and a frosty day always means no wind, I'm going to be bringing out every plane in force and taking them all back up again, because I just love planes. And you never get a good enough day to fly. With quads, you've got your indoors, you've got your outdoors. Do you know what I mean? But with planes, I can't fly a plane indoors. Can you imagine a plane in the living room the size of mine? Oh, yes, that was nice. Let's get a couple of nice close-ish fly pasts and see exactly how she does. Right, I did notice I got a dog walker to my right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the motors and I'm going to bring her down. Because I don't want to fly with anybody here. You know me, folks. If I can't fly safe, I won't fly at all. So, that is exactly that. So let's cut those motors. Bit of motor on the corners. Oh, look at her. Look at that. And then come in for a JD landing, which normally means hit the floor like hell. Right, there we go. Oh, she did well. I'm going to let the dog walker pass and I'm going to take her back up again then. Oh, you did well, little girl, didn't you? You did well. Yeah, fair play to you. Look at that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Still on good. Still looking good. You can't go wrong with that. You really can't go wrong with that. Let's start off here. As you would have heard yesterday, let's start off with this. In the unboxing, I slated this. I really slated this, and it hasn't really altered my perception of it at all. It adds to the effect, doesn't it, folks? That's pretty much it. It spins, and that's it. It does give the effect of some sort of third rear propulsion, but, you know, it is purely for the effect. That's it. Turning, no problem. Take off, you've got to let her ride a bit, same as every plane. And I always forget that, because in between these flights, you're talking sometimes it's 2 or 3 months, you know, so I always forget to let her ride and then take her up and then spin her around. But yeah, I really like it. I really like it. What's not to like? A bit of EPP foam with brushed motors. Perfect. Long battery life as well, thanks to this battery inside here. Nicely weighted as well. I did find that, unlike another one that we had a couple of weeks ago, which I really had to work at, but secretly I did enjoy that because it made me work for it. Whereas this thing is just quite literally take off, spin around and fly. And it's so much fun, and it is so cheap to buy as well. And you get XK quality. And I'm sorry, maybe not a lot of people agree with me with that, but I really like XK. I think they've built some really great planes, and this is no different. This is a really great plane. So I think what I'm going to do is take her back, fix this, because that's bugging me a bit, and see exactly where we go from there, folks. But you know what? It's a huge thumbs up from me for this. Absolutely massive. There we are, my friends. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.